Good evening. My name is Alicia Nodeman, author of the book Don't Be a Stranger, all about creating connections and more memorable first impressions, a self-help book that I put together in an effort to try to help just spread a message of warmth and kindness and compassion among your fellow person, whether for brief moments in time or relationships that could potentially live on for years to come. So at a time when right now it is so difficult to connect with people with everything going on around us, the social distancing mandates, and really wanting to do our part to keep everybody around us safe, I know that's a little bit more tricky to connect with people. I, for example, have been kind of cooped up in my house for several days now, and that's okay because if it's in the interest of protecting others, then it's absolutely worth it, and that's important to me. That said, we don't have to be isolated and alone while we are socially distancing. So what do I mean by that? Well, we've got the internet, right? And that is one thing that is not shut down and that is not closed off and that is not off out of our reach. And so I wanted to read to you a couple pages right out of my book. So this comes out of chapter 1. Introverts might be cringing at the idea of talking to strangers, but I find that introverts are quite adept at cultivating highly meaningful connections and relationships. I might even argue introverts have greater bandwidth for depth in their relationships, as they seem to develop deep bonds with fewer people among whom they spread their attention. The suggestions I offer can be applied in part to connections made online in small venues, one-on-one interactions, and less stimulating environments socially as well. I do believe you'll get the most benefit out of trying these skills in an in-person settings though. The closing chapter, I go on to say, I would love to leave you with the overarching message that the best connections are born simply in bringing out the best in others. Make it your goal to help everyone you meet feel special for a moment in time. Be that person others are glad to have met for no reason other than to make the world a brighter, more enjoyable place. People want to be around uplifting people. Memorable first impressions are about disarming others with your personality and care for the human spirit. If you help others feel more comfortable around you, they are more likely to show you more of their true best selves. That is where real connection and genuine relationships begin to form. Beyond that, I've also found across countless chance encounters with strangers that I've had a heck of a lot more fun in life. If I saw those strangers again in any capacity, that was icing on the cake. And if I didn't want to see them again, brief interactions in time were the quickest way to know that our energies were misaligned, and that's okay too. I've lived without regret. Because of the chances I've taken to show up as the person I've outlined in this book, I have shared more giggles in life, I've established incredible memories, and I have felt repeatedly blessed to have crossed paths with unforgettable people, whether for moments in time, business relationships, or years of friendship. So a favorite quote that I end the book with is, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Please treat each honorably. So, I think about how important intentionality is when I consider my motives, my approach, things I say, the things I do in life, and I think it's no different in considering your engagements with others. So right now, with everything that's going on with social distancing, I would love to challenge us all to reach out and touch someone online. Almost everybody nowadays has social media of some sort, whether it's by email, whether it's by texting through the phone or through Facebook or Instagram or whatever you happen to use in your world. And so I would suggest you probably have friends you're connected to that you haven't talked to in months, years, or ever. Reach out and say hello, ask how they're doing, or maybe even just say, I was thinking about you. Maybe scan their page and say, we've been friends for months or years, we've been connected, and we actually haven't talked. Hi, I'm Alicia and I'd love to get to know you. Or look at something on a post perhaps that they've put up that you can speak to that really resonates, and be sincere about it. I loved the post that you put up about XYZ, and keep it positive. Try not to be too intrusive. I wouldn't reference necessarily talking about people's family members and things of that nature when you don't know them personally. But just keep it positive, and let's all be a part of really strengthening and building our community. I've been seeing such beautiful, just like spreading of compassion and kindness through what's been going on lately in our communities. And it really is just an amazing reminder of how we can come out of something like this stronger. I'm also very well aware of my privilege. I have no room to complain about a thing. When I think about what other people are dealing with in other nations and what's been going on around the world, I'm blessed to be in a career that was able to seamlessly transition to work from home through video, through the use of phone. My online skincare business has continued to work without a blip. And I'm able to welcome people into that world anytime. And so I've been very, very fortunate in that way. I'm also very aware of the fact that not everybody has that same ability or that same I guess just access that I've had. And so I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, and I want to be a part of promoting the positivity and strength and just helping to emote something really positive around us within our control, because that's what's within our control. And for a period right now with what's going on where everything feels outside of our control and so unpredictable, I think focusing on what is within your control and reaching out and emotionally being able to touch somebody, emotionally being able to support somebody through this, even just with some kind words, is really priceless. So thanks for joining me. I hope that you'll check my book out on Amazon. Don't be a stranger. Just uploaded a few basically improvements to that text, and I would love to hear what you think. Mwah! Thanks.